All right, my friends. So I'm at my kids' kindergarten graduation, and I had all of these huge lesson bombs that hit me like crazy from observing what was happening at this fantastic kindergarten graduation. And I've got to share with you how that stuff totally was so good around thinking about what we can do to lead our teams better. So welcome to today's Top Leaders. I am so excited to help you become the tech leader that everyone wants to work for. So as I'm sharing some of these ideas, and if what I'm talking about really resonates with you and you're thinking, you know what, I have got to get some help to help me become a better tech leader, fantastic. Send me a message. You can direct message me here, or you can certainly contact me on the website, which is movingforwardsolutions.com, and get in touch and let's talk about what we can do to help you become the tech leader that everyone wants to work for. So let me tell you about what happened at this adorable kindergarten graduation. Okay, now, of course, I'm biased, as every good parent should be, right? Biased about our child and the cute little graduation experience. But I want to share with you some really fun things that happened when I was there attending this. So first of all, I love that the school in the first place even did a kindergarten graduation. So at this particular elementary school, they don't see another graduation until they graduate and leave to go to middle school. So that will be after the 5th grade. And I just think it's really fun that they actually honor and acknowledge these kids who have graduated from kindergarten. And the funny thing about it, if you think about the whole situation, most of them don't even really know how to read yet. They certainly don't know how to do basic math, like 2 plus 2. I mean, they're like a few of them can, but really there's not a lot, and they're not able to write all their letters correctly or anything. But the fact is where they're at now at their graduation from kindergarten is a heck of a lot better from where they were when they first started months ago when they came into kindergarten. And think about that. Think about how much that means to these kids to be honored and to be recognized, right? For this simple thing of graduating and accomplishing some pretty remarkable things. And for a lot of kids, like my child included, they aren't even doing daily naps anymore because they're going to kindergarten all day, or they're learning how to maybe be away from family members for the first time. So when you think about this in a corporate setting, think about what are the small and simple things that people are accomplishing that can really be celebrated as they're going along. And I don't get me wrong, I am not keen on the participation award stuff. I hate that, actually. But what I want us to think about when we're looking at this like kindergarten graduation, this isn't a participation award, right? This is recognizing that these kids have completed their first year of like real school, because before this, most of it might have been preschool or something, right? So just think about that. Like for the new people who are coming on your team, what do you have in place to help them so that you can honor and acknowledge when they've hit that first milestone? And how can you make it a wow experience for them? If you want to be that tech leader that everybody wants to work for, what can you do to create an environment where people go, oh my gosh, I am being honored and recognized for hitting this cool milestone, right? So think about that for yourself. The second thing that stood out to me when I was attending this kindergarten graduation is that it's really great to have a cheering committee. So one of the little boys in her class has had some serious family issues and has not attended very many days. In fact, I think he might have missed more days than he attended in some months. And because of that, the teacher and the principal worked really hard to get him information that he could do at home. And his family, there's just drama, just stuff going on, which actually kind of breaks my heart a little bit that here's this 5-year-old dealing with this kind of stuff already. But when that little kid walked across the stage in this cute little auditorium at the elementary school, there was an entire row of people who leaped out of their chair and were cheering and clapping and applauding and doing all the fun cheers out loud. And that little kid was just smiling and skipping his way across the stage and just so elevated by his cheering committee. So when we think about this in a corporate setting, who is the cheering committee, right? So for people who are new, who are growing and are developing, how are they being cheered on? How are they being celebrated? So the people who are cheering him on were not other little 5-year-olds or 6-year-olds. These were the adults. These were his, I have no idea what their familial connection is, but they were all adults. So these are people who are way past being in kindergarten. So the same thing in your corporate environment. Like, who are the people who've been around for a minute, who have well-established careers and experiences at your company, that maybe they can be called upon to help cheer for those other people who are new and who are really cutting their teeth there at your company, and particularly on your team. So look for that opportunity, and you may or may not be leaping out of your seats with excitement. I mean, you figure out what works for the environment there, but what's the equivalent of that for your team, right? How can you do that? And I really think the great lesson learned there is that we really need positivity and we need excitement now more than ever. I mean, goodness, people are feeling the burden and the heaviness. There's a lot of just mindset issues that are going on. And so why not add a little levity, right? Let's enjoy what we're doing and have those high points for sure. Another thing that I learned that I want to share with you is that my kiddo did not want to do some certain things at the kindergarten graduation that I wanted her to experience. So for example, they had this really fun backdrop with the school colors, and they had fun props. It was kind of like a photo booth. They have the cute little, I don't know if you call it like a smock or whatever, but the gown, the graduation gown, but she did not want to put that stuff on. She was not keen to do it. She wore a little graduation cap and that was about it. And she just refused to go over them. Like, come on, let's do it. Now, for me, I love a good photo booth. I think they're hilarious and fun, and the props and all those kinds of things, but that is totally, she's just not her jam at all. And so the lesson learned there is that this was about her. This was her kindergarten graduation. And so acknowledging and recognizing what she wanted to have experienced on her graduation. And so it's the same thing for your people. How do they want to be recognized? How do they want to be identified in a special way that is unique and is specific to them? Because some people are not all about the fanfare, and other people are like, the more fanfare, the better, right? And so get to know your people, find out what it is that they want and how they want to be celebrated. And that's really the lesson learned there, right? Is really to allow our team members to make the decisions in how they want to be recognized. And you can find that out certainly by getting to know them, right? And not making an assumption. Actually ask them, what a novel idea, and then listen. Okay. And then the other thing too, a fun lesson learned, is that when we first showed up at the elementary school, they had a place where people could sign in. So this school is totally locked down. You have to get buzzed in at the office. And then they had an area inside the hallway where they had a table set up with a bunch of fifth graders who were there to take down your name. And then they took us to where the auditorium was in the school. So there was a nice little personal escort. And what I thought about that in regards to applying that to the corporate arena is, how can we enlist the help of other people? So sometimes as leaders, we have so much on our plates, right? There's so much that's going on. We have so many things to think about. I don't think we have to do all the stuff, right? We don't have to be the ones who are solely responsible for doing all the things to help somebody have a great celebration. So instead, why not leverage the help of people who have been around in the company, who have earned that time and that opportunity to make a difference? Just like these cute little fifth graders, right? They're getting ready for themselves, in fact, to graduate and move on and go on to middle school. And so what a great way for them to help make a difference for those kindergartners and to be responsible little citizens, right? And so same thing for your company and for your team. How can you help them to really shine and to help them to make a difference for somebody else? And think about that connection that they have then for people who are more senior on the team with those newbies who are coming in, and how they can love on them, right? And so I really think that the lesson there is enlisting the help of others for celebrations, which also can help reduce your stress as a leader, because you want to celebrate, but maybe you're just up to your eyeballs in meetings and you need somebody else. And that can give an opportunity for somebody else to do something fun and different than maybe otherwise they wouldn't be able to. So look for those opportunities to make a difference. So as I'm sharing all of these little things with you, one thing that I want you to think about is those moments in your life. Take the opportunity to celebrate. I think that we're not doing it enough. And I think as leaders, we have that great opportunity to do it and to shine that light on the people who are having some awesome and interesting opportunities for them to grow and to learn. And so look for those opportunities and see what it does. See how it helps to feed back that positivity back into your group. Give the opportunity for other people to contribute to the cheering them on, as well as creating the celebration itself, and how look for those opportunities to really develop those other people who are around you. And in turn, that really does show back to you that you are a great leader, that you are making a difference. And as you're going through all these things, you can really help other people to see, wow, this is an awesome, I work for a great tech leader. And that is the good stuff, because those are the kind of people that others want to work for. So if what I've talked to you about today, if this is resonating, you're thinking, you know what, I have got to up my game, I am ready to do this kind of stuff, get in touch, message me. And let's set up a time. Let's have a consultation to talk about what it would look like to get you training and coaching so that you as well can become the tech leader that everyone wants to work for, because truly you are worth it. And so are your people. Thanks again for joining me today on today's Top Leaders.